We got a welterweight bout on tap next. John Gardner and Kyler Hoobler.
Brett Martin from John Rayel School, First Class MMA. They don't have anybody on the card tonight, but that by no means means anything. They always put people all around New England. Great team.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. One of the best in New England. I do see the Guardian, Nick Gulliver, running around, former NEF heavyweight champion. Maybe we'll see him return to action at some point. That would delight the fans, no doubt about it.
Everybody would love that. And Nick, if you're listening to this, which if it's now or later, whenever you listen to this, get back in the cage, man. We miss you there.
100%. Kyler Hoobler in the cage right now out of Lee Brothers MMA. He's 1-0, traveled here from Nebraska. His one fight was at OFC 132, a round 1 victory over Jonathan McDougall, and he won that via strikes. So we'll see what he does here tonight against John Gardner, fighting out of Recon, who's actually 0-4. So he's going to be looking to get that elusive first victory of his career here tonight.
So we got Gardner, who is Zach Faulkner's team, Recon, and we got the other guy, Kyler, from Lee Brothers, and Zach Faulkner just fought one of his teammates. So just that Indiana Recon scrap right now. Remember, if you want to give us your choice for performance of the night, fight of the night, go to Instagram at KazZMMA, KAZZMMA. Give us your pick for performance of the night and fight of the night for the Mike Shorey Awards.
All right, you see the tail of the tape. Quite a discrepancy in the age. Hoobler only 18. Gardner 34 years old. Hoobler also taller, 6'1" to 5'9", and he has an 8-inch reach advantage. My goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next fight is scheduled for 3 rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my right. He comes to us all the way from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and represents Lee Brothers Mixed Martial Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm NEF welcome for Kyle Hoobler. And his opponent, standing directly across the cage, fighting out of the red corner to my left. He comes to us representing Team Recon and is from Portland, Maine. Ladies and gentlemen, John Gardner. 3 rounds, welterweights.
Get ready to lock the cage. Get started.
John English is your referee. Hoobler out of the blue corner and Gardner out of the red. Ooh, these guys come out slinging leather. And now Hoobler has Gardner up against the cage, looking to land a knee there.
He does look sizably bigger, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Kind of a failed takedown trip there.
Good balance by Gardner to keep this on the feet. Hoobler's relentless, though, sticking right on him. Man, I don't know. If I had an 8-inch reach advantage, I feel like I'd be pretty comfortable wanting to keep this on the feet and let the hands go.
Yeah, that'd be my game plan right off the bat. Separate. They're just trading shots to the body. Hammer fist. Fighting for double underhooks is Hoobler. Hoobler, sorry. He's got Gardner pressed up against the cage, trying to pummel. Work is in for double underhooks. Gardner doing a good job of keeping that underhook on the right side, keeping his elbows in tight, so he can't get a lot of leverage on him. I should get the Hoobler right. It's on his back on a tattoo. Should be able to see that. I accidentally called him Hoobler.
Oh, looks like there's a lot of blood that's leaking right now. I think it's over
Hoobler's
the left
eye.
Yeah, over the left eye of Hoobler.
Yeah.
You know, Gardner's going to be running for the showers after this.
Yeah, he's just grinding his head in there, too.
Yeah.
Thank God for athletic commissions and testing.
100%.
You never know.
Got a minute left here in the opening stanza of this welterweight bout.
Not a lot of action. I mean, they're staying busy, but, you know, the position hasn't changed in about a minute. Just trading a couple of body shots in each other. Just working the position and the pressure on the cage. John English might separate him. He doesn't see enough action. As long as they're punching, though, you can assume that there's some kind of work in action, so that's why they're not separated yet. If it goes stale and they're just holding each other, he might separate them.
10 seconds here. Hoobler looking to land a couple of knees, but really not a lot of damage here in the first, aside from that.
Man, it's great action already.
All right, Hoobler and Gardner, round 2. We'll see what takes place here. And again, clinched up. Gardner looking to do everything he can to avoid what took place in the first round, but Hoobler just looks to be the bigger, maybe stronger guy in there, you know, utilizing the underhook there. He has one underhook anyways, and he seems comfortable just kind of keeping it right here.
Yeah, I mean, if you could do this for 3 rounds, I think you win the fight. I watched the fight last night where that happened. Somebody just kept somebody pressed up against the cage. I thought he lost, but you know, the judges gave it to him for the cage pressure, like a lot of dominant time pressing against the cage. You're controlling the fight.
Yeah, you know, I totally get that, but I mean, you know, you see John English in there intensely watching the action. You know, the fans in attendance want to see a little bit more action than this, so I'm going to be surprised if he allows this to continue, especially if he stays on the feet. If it goes to the ground, yep, maybe let it go, but I don't know. I feel like breaking him up here in a little bit might not be the worst idea.
Well, John's one of the best in New England, and he knows the rules. I believe the rules are, you know, if you're punching, then you're trying to, you know, you're doing work. As long as you're working, as long as you're trying to change a position, gain some sort of advantage, then you can't really stop it. It's when it goes completely stagnant and nobody's moving. That's when you have the right to separate it. But you don't want to be the referee that separates it or steps in as the guy breaks away and throws and lands a punch and drops him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
No, I totally get that. I feel like there should be more damage if you're going to keep them in this position, in my opinion.
Yeah. But there we go. And I think John heard you all the way from over here.
The fans in attendance definitely agree.
Yeah.
And you see the blood over the left eye of Hoobler continues to sprinkle out there as the two men clinch together again.
We're back against the cage. Oh, here he goes for the double. Trying to lock up a double leg. You think John will separate him a little quicker this time? Not if there's 10 seconds. Probably going to let it go. No sense in separating him now.
Yeah, not with under 10 seconds left.
No.
Again, welterweight bout. The two men touch gloves, and here we go. Round 3 is underway. Oh! Gardner was just a couple inches away from landing a big shot that could have maybe changed the direction of this fight, but we're right back to where we have been so far.
I'm familiar with this position right here, fitness fight. Been a lot of time in right here. Interesting to see how John English handles this.
Yeah, especially with it being the 3rd round. Again, both guys trying to land knees here in the clinch. Gardner landing some small punches to the midsection of Hoobler.
That was a knee to the groin.
Knee to the groin.
You know, I think excuse me. I think John English saw something close to that earlier, and he was right on top of this one. Should be a warning. If it gets him off the cage, I'm all for it.
I'm with that. Gardner right now taking his time to regroup.
He'll have 5 minutes. He can take all of it, some of it, none of it. It's his choice.
It always astonishes me too. You see this happen a lot in MMA, and fighters don't really take advantage of the time that they are allotted when this happens. They want to get right back to it. I mean, obviously it's case to case, depending on the severity and all that, but you know, here we go. We're not even a minute and we're back in action. So
yeah, a lot of times that's adrenaline. You don't want to slow down. You want to keep that adrenaline going. You're right. You're right before. I think Hoobler is a stronger, bigger fighter. Looks like he lost some weight. Looks like he used to be a big guy. Maybe dropped a lot of weight.
Yeah, good for him.
That makes you strong, you know, like
yeah.
Carrying that weight around so you get some natural strength. They're just giving him a hard time here. Gardner, I'm sure he would if he could separate and break off the cage. But that's no easy task. Trying to get double underhooks. Gardner now is where he should circle out. He's throwing it. That knee was close.
Man, the blood is just everywhere on Gardner. Kyle Hoobler is just leaking from above that left eye.
Coaches are calling for Gardner to circle out.
All right, John English is separating him. We'll see if there's some punches that are thrown and get landed here, or if we're going to be back clinched on the cage. Well, we're on the ground.
Now we're on the ground, even better. Back of the head. Ooh, it looked like he was John English right on top of it. I can't see from here. But John English got a good look at it. Hoobler's looking to separate, get some damage. 10 seconds. Hoobler's under his neck. I don't think he's going to have enough time. He might tap with a second to go, and that's going to be...
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for both of these warriors going 3 hard-fought rounds tonight in Bangor, Maine. We go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Matt Collins scores the fight 30-27 for Kyler Hoobler. Judge Joe Murphy scores the fight 29-28 for John Gardner. Judge Scott Mallon scores the fight 30-27 for your winner via split decision from Fort Wayne, Indiana,